Well, welcome to the stream, and I hope you guys are having a good day. It's 1 o'clock where I live, so you probably live on the West Coast, so still kind of good morning, but if you live on the other side of the world, then also still good morning. So, this is going to be a very short stream. This one's not going to be very long, just a little bit of a informative thing. And as you can see, I have some of my coffee still, and by coffee, what I really mean is I have some Saint Germain in front of me. That's going to be the beverage of choice today. Because sometimes life is a little depressing, especially when you're trying to color some anime titties. So if you're trying to color some anime titties in a new coloring book, then you may be in for a surprise. So let's just go ahead and start with where you can find this book. I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon, but right here it's on Barnes and Noble. So at Barnes and Noble, you can buy this Anime MILFs coloring book, which is, $7.99. It's just a paperback book, and you can get it shipped to your house, or you can go and find it at your local brick and mortar store, Barnes and Noble. Now, if you'll notice, there's only 2 customer reviews there, and it's at a 3 stars out of 5. So why is that? No, this book is very real. This is a very real coloring book. But let's check one of the reviews for it. And this will give us pretty much all the information that we need to know. It's this one from Shotaku. And the title is, it's pretty much just what the whole thing says. While I am not one to normally purchase pornography, I am a fan of physical media and thought this might be a fun way to support artists brave enough to put their works on store shelves. I unfortunately ignored the immediate red flags when I found no one under the name of Yoshiki Matsuo on Google, Gelboru, X Hentai, etc. Perhaps he is simply training in the mountains to copy the art styles of other more popular hentai artists, but somehow I doubt it. On the contrary, the one thing I don't doubt is that the contents of this book were stolen from various artists, and that alone is enough for me to tell others not to support it. So, already, you can't find anything about Yoshiki Matsuo, and I even did some digging myself, couldn't find it. So, he doesn't exist, and if he does, then it's in a very, very small capacity somewhere on the internet. So they continue. However, perhaps a mix of prepubescent hormones have caused you to become more morally ambiguous than I. You still ask, what does this book really contain? The answer to that would be 60 or so pages of bosom women, ranging from, I have a new mom now, to girls that look like they have never lactated a day in their life. I am not sure what metric the creator of this book uses to define a MILF, but I will have you know that it takes more than a quad D cup to qualify. A warm and comforting atmosphere is missing from a number of these images. Some readers will likely be excited to see some familiar faces, such as Tsunade, Rinko Iori, Lisa, Rinko Iori again, Mrs. Ketchup. Mrs. Ketchum's in this book like once. And perhaps a few more. While it is fun, they are also, wow, I can't read today. This is the liquor. It's getting to me. Incredibly basic choices. I mean, come on. Where is oh boy, this is going to be a tackle. Ragyo Kiryuin. No Bulma? It really feels like the creator just threw images together willy-nilly. Further supporting this idea is a reminder that a lot of these images are not suited for coloring whatsoever. Yes, that's right. This is a coloring book. I'm sure you have forgotten. These images appeared to have already been in color and were simply run through a black and white photocopier or something. I don't know if you have ever attempted to color in an image that is already shaded, but if you haven't, just know that it will not turn out pretty. Colors become mudded in the ugly printer ink, and honestly, shading is one of the fun parts of coloring, and that is taken away. Also, I said photocopier specifically because that is how the print quality genuinely looks. These images are low quality, lines are jagged and pixelated, and also very heavily in thickness and darkness, sometimes fading out altogether because, again, these images were not meant to be black and white. If you were looking for a fun and raunchy experience, then this this grade school level coloring book will be more disappointing and unsatisfying than I would be. I would genuinely sooner suggest that you just pick out personal favorites from your porn folder and print them out in black and white. Finally, I know it might be much to expect anything other than coloring, but a couple of lewd word searches, crosswords, or other activity pages would have definitely brought some more life to the book. I mean, you're selling me moms. Might as well give me some childlike activities to roleplay with. It just feels like a missed opportunity. Wow, this is beautiful. Now, the last part here. I'm sure some people will be tempted to pick this up for meme value, but take it from a genuine deviant. There isn't enough here to warrant $8. There isn't even anything to chuckle over. I genuinely had more fun writing this review than I did with the book. It's 60 low-resolution black and white hentai images stolen from various artists and nothing more. Take that money and buy some fresh striped stockings instead. Oof. That's a big oof right there. So, sure, maybe they're onto something here. So, let's see what we got going on here. So, we've already read through the review, and we've already seen that it's a price that has, 3 out of 5 stars. So, I picked up this copy. Sure. I said, you know what? The meme value, maybe it is a little high. And you know me, maybe it was as I expected, like the review said, just for the meme, just for, seeing if this artist is truly one that would make this art. So I picked it up. And within maybe about 5 minutes of me posting that, Discord lights up. And so I open it. And we can go through some of these pictures together. That's where the fun of this is. So here is one of the first images that's in this book. And I don't have to tell you because you're all adults here, mostly. You probably know where this image is from and who it's from. So you're like, this would be good to color, but as you can see, the shading is still there. They just ran it through a photocopier, as they said. Well, that's because they stole it from right here. This is the original art. Oh goodness. The twin MILFs. Yeah, this is the thing. So there's the original art. So now what? Maybe that's just one instance, right? That maybe the whole book can't be that way. So let's pull up another one here. I don't watch Gundam, but I do know that that's where this character is from. So I said, wow, these are the anime MILFs that I was promised. This is awesome. Well, that's until you get to where they stole this image from. It's almost night and day. It's almost like they really did just go through a lot of Pixiv entries and then they just slapped it into a book. Uh-oh. I'm starting to get a little worried. So let's check out some other ones here. There's this one, I think it's the same character, just a different art style. Can't really complain. All right. So I said, maybe they just really like drawing this character. Maybe they just really like this character a lot. Well, that's stolen too, because there's the original art. I really do like the MILFs here, but for some reason I don't like the stolen art. And we can thank Commander Meeps for bringing that up, and I kind of thought the same thing too, maybe. So let's check one of the other ones that I have. This is like the last one that I actually have. So again, the same character. So Rinko, right? That's her name. She's just really engaged in this conversation. This looks a little bit more like a coloring book entry. Surely it does. Surely this one has to be the right one. Well, unfortunately, guys, I'm sure that this is probably shocking to you, but that one is also stolen. So I don't know. Maybe someone just thought that this was a good idea to take all of this wonderful art and then just throw it into this book. I have no idea. Oh man. This guy's gonna have a lot of stuff to cover. This guy, Yoshiki Matsuo, from the wonderful company somewhere in the universe, but this has been mass produced. And of course, this has been shared around on numerous social media. I think even Twitter, Facebook, things of that nature have already, run its course, and people have probably thought that this was like the funniest thing ever. I said, you know what, I'll bite. I'll take the die for you. But you can still return it. Just remember, guys, as long as you are within the window, you can always return this book. If you were one of the unfortunate people to buy it, such as myself, you can return it back to Barnes & Noble, and I'm sure it'll be just as awkward if you go up to them in person and say, hey, this book has a lot of stolen art in it of big anime tits, so can you please return it, please? With this, because it is being sold for profit, can probably lead to a lot of legal action, I'm sure, but they have to find and track down Mr. Yoshiki Matsuo. So you're probably wondering what's the next step from here if you were to return this book and you really like the art that these people draw. Well, you'll be pleased to know that at least some of them, a couple of them do, have a Pixiv fan box. So if you don't know what Pixiv fan box is, I'm sure you've probably seen it pop up every so often. It's kind of like Patreon, but for artists. So you can give them about 100 yen, or equal about to like $1 or so each month, or each post, or whatever they do. And some of them actually have higher tiers that you can go through, and they will give you the full art, either uncensored, or it'll be, with all the bells and whistles. So that way you can actually support them that way. That's going to be the one thing that you can do to help support them. And I did leave 2 of those links down into the description. So that way, if you ever do want to go check out those artists and see more of the fantastic MILFs, you can go there and you can show your support. I mean, there's a couple of other links down there. Can't say what they are, but I think that you guys will have a good time looking those up. Now, before I go, because this is just a little short impromptu stream, you guys have a lot of things going on throughout the day. It's just the weekend. People are going to go see Joker. I hope you guys have fun watching that. I just don't have the money, but I think I still have some Fandango bucks left over. But if you do have the need, this will be open for the next hour from pretty much the time that I'm posting this. It's a link to the Discord where you can join and talk to other people that are very special, quite like myself, and probably not in the good way. But with that being said, this stream will be archived, so you can go back and watch it however many times you like, or share it around to let everybody know that this wonderful Anime MILFs coloring book is still out there for sale, and that people should probably return it or just not buy it altogether. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and leave you guys to it, so you can get on with the rest of your weekend. And I guess I do have one more thing if you are interested. You can always stop by the Comfortable Jeans stream. The Comfortable Jeans stream is a stream that I usually frequent, and I'm just going to put this out there. You may or may not see me in the game. We're going to be playing Barotrauma, which is a submarine-based game. Seems like a lot of fun. So go ahead and, if you can, just go over there and follow the Comfortable Jeans stream. He's a really nice guy, really good friend of mine. And you can find that stream there. And of course, I have my Twitch somewhere. It's somewhere there. But you guys have a good rest of your day and a good weekend.